This week, we're taking it old school on my TV and we're going right back to the key number, probably the only number you need to know about making the decision to outsource tasks off your list and onto somebody else's. Hello, it's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 237 of my TV. My name is Emma, as I've already said, and I help business owners who are in that messy middle of going from solopreneur through to 2 staff, 3 staff, right through to a thriving, ambitious team. So it's messy and there is no manual, and my TV is that snippet every week just to help you implement and get ahead. And today we're going to talk about a small maths calculation. Don't worry, it's not anything too complicated, but it is a really key number that is the main driver of the how and the when you should outsource tasks off your list and onto somebody else's. And this is going to be a short, snappy one. It's a formula for you to look at. This is how we do it. Okay, this formula is a great one because it is based on the assumption of your hourly rate being X, which we're going to work out together, and anything on your list that especially you don't enjoy doing, don't like doing, don't know how to do, any of those things you can outsource to somebody else that is for less amount of money per hour than your X. So let's say Y, so let's say X is £50 and Y is £30. Absolutely, you should be outsourcing that all day long, because everything you outsource for the £30, you're able to get the hour back doing that task to get the £50 in. So it's like a win-win every single time. Does that make sense? I'll keep reframing this throughout the episode. It's going to be a short, snappy one though. So this is how we do it. So as I talk through this calculation, I'm just going to pop up on the screen and we'll just have a nice framework of it for you to just download as well. So this is what it looks like. So we're going to work out what your hourly rate is by these criteria. So how many weeks are you going to work this year? Like, so if, for example, if you had the standard 20 days holiday and 8 bank holidays, that's 4 weeks off. So you're working 48 weeks this year. Maybe you're further down the line and you've made a plan. You're like, actually, I'm going to have 6 weeks off this year. So whatever you're left with is how many weeks you are going to work this year. So this is A. This is the figure that we want here. And then on B, while you're working in those weeks, how many hours do you normally work or put in those weeks? So are you quite specific and you do like I don't know, you start at 8, you finish at 5, are you working like a 45-hour week, a 50-hour? Maybe you're watching this and like, Emma, I wish I worked a 40-hour week. I work 70, 80, whatever that a number of hours is. Let's pop that into the calculation. So that's figure B. So A is how many weeks you work, B is how many hours you work in the week. And then if we times A by B, so if we times how many weeks you're going to work by the number of hours in the week you work, we get the total number of hours you are going to work this year. Now, what is your desired annual income? Let's say it is £120,000. That's your annual income. Again, it's just a figure for this. You might be going, wow, I wish. Or you might be going, absolutely not, way too low. I'm sure there's lots of different people watching this episode. But if your desired annual income is £120,000, you then divide D, which is your annual income, by the number of hours worked, C, and that gives you what your time is worth. So I'm going to put this actual working calculation up, because if you worked 46 weeks a year and you did 45 hours in those weeks, that gives us 2,070 hours. You'll see me glancing down because I can't memorize all of this, but this gives us 2,070 hours. And then if your annual income is £120,000, if you divide the 2,070 hours into the £120,000, it gives you what your hourly time is worth. So in that calculation, the hourly rate is very specifically £57.97. So if that's our target, maybe it's what you're already doing now, maybe it's where you want to get to. If you are doing your own receipts and expenses and bookkeeping, well, if your hourly rate is £57.97, you absolutely can get that done for less than that. So if you say get that done for £40 an hour, I don't need to look at this from I'm only saving myself £17 an hour, because that is not how this works. How it works is that you pay somebody £40 to do your bookkeeping, and if you spent, say, a couple of hours on that in the week, or maybe you do it on a Saturday or at the weekend or the evening, which is even worse, you get the whole time back. So it's not about saving the £17 doing it yourself. It's about getting the time back to earn the hourly rate of the £57 an hour. Because if you take the things out of it, it means you can, where you want to get to is that your 45 hours in the week are all £57 an hour earning like slots of time, and the rest, like we know that not all hours are created equal. You could choose to do something and it'd be quite low value. You could choose to speak to a new prospect, go to a networking event, meet somebody, and that's like a £10,000 per hour task. So this is not about I'll do it myself, I'll save the money. It's about getting the hour back so you can earn this £57-60 in it. So if you are spending all day in your inbox, it's a waste of time. It's not generating your money. Get somebody on £30 an hour to do it. If you're answering the phone, and this is not just about those kind of tasks, if you're creating social media posts and hate it, if you're pulling reports together, if you're responding to customer queries, most of these things I'm listing here, and there's a big long list, can be done for less than £57 an hour. So you want to get rid of all that, get the time back, and earn £57 an hour and up, because the more you get off your plate, the higher value the time is, the deeper the thinking, the more you can earn. And so this calculation is absolutely key, because, and I mean, if you're doing this and this calculation, your time's worth £100 an hour, like the case just gets stronger and stronger to go, why am I doing this myself? So I know I will have spoken about this before on my TV. It's an oldie but a goodie, because it's like the key metric for you to make smart decisions and to catch yourself in the week to go, why am I doing this again? Like, oh, actually, and last week I talked about the book, Who Not How. Like, again, once you have the number of this is how much I want to earn, well then, if I can get someone to do it for less, it's all about, again, the book, Who Not How. Who can do this for me at a less rate, a lower rate, so that I can do all the great things that you were born to do. So I hope this week's episode gets your head out of the dirt, right up into the outsourcing clouds, and get things off your plate. And I will see you next week. See you then. Bye bye.